Hello, Internet, and welcome to a very special one-shot, bringing back Motley Mondays to another Monster Monday. We're going to be here playing Monster of the Week, a game you may be familiar with if you were watching us yesterday on Slang 101. It's a game we all love, and Ryan's going to be running it today for us. Before I turn it over to Ryan and get us going, let me hit our announcements. Just checking the stream here. Okay, so this coming week, if you're hankering for more tabletop games, we've got a ton coming at you. I need to turn off background chat beeps in the game. Always forget to do that. If you are looking for more tabletop games, tomorrow we'll have our next stream at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. That'll be Eos. It's a 5th edition game that Dammit Barry runs. Right now, just fought a Hydra and working on daddy issues. Come join us there. On Thursday, we will have the next installment of Elegant Suffering, which is our Good Society tale. It's sort of a Jane Austen-inspired, token-based, very collaborative storytelling game. Greek Sid from Slang 101 runs that. It is phenomenal. It's one of my favorite games, and I am so excited to have it come back this week. So we will be doing that at 8 o'clock on Thursday this week, and definitely come join us for that. Friday, not here, but over on Encounter Roleplay, we are going to be having the finale of Savannah's game, The Heroes Next Door. It's a Masks campaign. This is our 6th session and final session of it, and it's been a lot of fun. Great group of players over there, myself included. We are gearing up till prom, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Come support the cast and Savannah in wrapping up this story, and come join us. I think they're even going to be doing maybe a vote for prom royalty if you're hanging out in the chat during, so you could help kind of sway the story that way. So come join. Saturday this week, just threw my pen. We're going to be having the next Saturday nights. We have finished up Thunderball. It was a great finale. I was very excited to see how the players wrapped everything up, but we are going to be moving on to Saturday night's Apocalypse, where we're going to be playing the Prince of the Apocalypse campaign set in a post-apocalyptic version of the Sword Coast. That's at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Yes. We will then be moving on to Slang 101 again on Saturday, or on Sunday. My brain just suddenly stopped working halfway through me doing these announcements. Follow us in all of our links below, and join us in all the places, especially our Discord. That's where we do most of our talking. GB, do you have anything going on this week?
Let's see. Tomorrow I have my Encounter Roleplay finale for Last Horizon. Whew, too many games going on. Yeah, it should be a big one. We are headed towards the void and the end of the universe. So that's at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time over on Encounter Roleplay. Then on Thursday, we've started over on Indoor Adventures channel. We've started playing the Tyrant Security. It's the Acquisitions Incorporated module, but it's set in a homebrew world. And then I think Sunday is my only other broadcast game this week. I may be playing with Saucefire on Saturday, but I don't know what channel or where. Check my Twitter for that, Graybeard Tavern, and I will post it up. I'll be there. I'm going to be the hall monitor for a beach patrol team sussing out a murder at a high school. So, get nice. Over the hall. What are you doing? That kind of thing.
Awesome.
That's it for me.
Cool. Does anybody else have anything going on they want to plug? No? All right. I think that's it. So I'll turn it over to Ryan for the game.
Thank you, Sean, so much. What a lovely introduction that was. We'll get going in just a little bit. Just want to let everyone in chat know that this is my first time running or playing or anything with the Monster Week system. So I'm going to be leaning heavily on the players here because they have a lot more experience than I do. So that will explain some of the dynamic that you'll see. But I'm very excited about it. So, without further diddly doo 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 doo, welcome to Monster of the Week. I'm trying to think if I want to start with the introduction of the team or not. No, I won't. So, darkness creeps over the world. A strange astronomical phenomena appears in the sky. As opposed to the ground, I guess. Almost like a partial eclipse, the light obscured the silver light in the moon, covered by some strange shroud, opaque gauze, baffles astronomers on all the network television talking heads. As the moon approaches its eclipse, it feels as if, to those with superstition, that this may be the last time the moon is ever seen in the sky. Some experts argue with each other that it's just pollution in the sky or some other undiscovered astronomical event that is causing this. But the three of you have your suspicions. And coupled with the news of a strange pattern of murders, around the city of Nashville. You all come together and take a drive to the Music City. I'll let you all introduce yourselves in your band of travelers. Who are you?
I'm going to suddenly appear, so do you guys, and I'm not in the RV right now.
So I think driving down whichever highway leads into Nashville at the wheel currently is an older, middle-aged man. He's got square frame glasses on, pomaded hair, bow tie and suspenders, and got a corncob pipe that is not currently lit, just hanging in his mouth. We see Leonard, who, for the purposes of this game, is the expert. And so, yeah, I guess it is nighttime right now because of all the spooky moon stuff, and so is probably drives past the sign that says so many miles to Nashville and turns over his shoulder. Son, or Reese, sorry, we are getting pretty close. Might want to make sure your gear's all ready.
currently sitting in the back, probably in one of the on one of the benches. Reese has his feet kicked up on the installed or built-in table of the RV. He's a thin, young adult. He's about mid-20s, but looks a lot younger. Has very kind of angular features. I don't think probably looks a lot like his dad. Dark black hair that is a bit longer, almost to his shoulders, and peeking out from the sides of his hair, as he is currently in his true form, are two sort of wolf-like ears, and he is currently affixed onto a Nintendo Switch with his glowing golden eyes, and he just coughs in broken, muttered words back up to his dad as he is trying to finish what he is doing in Animal Crossing, and says, "Yeah, sure."
Now, son, we talked about this. When we're on the job, we're on the job.
Uh-huh. Right, heard you.
And as as that's happening, fading into the passenger seat, and I don't know if her appearances ever frighten Leonard or if he's used to it at this point.
At this point, probably used to it.
Oh, okay. She begins to fade back in, this elderly octogenarian old lady with a green sun visor, big glasses, a big black leather purse, and a t-shirt on that says "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." And as she appears, she cackles into existence. I'm back. Must be something happening. Well, I'm no longer on vacation. And she
Yes.
puts the bag down.
Hello, Mother. So good to see you again. And Reese, your grandmother is back.
Reese perks up a lot more now that Grandma's here and says, "Oh, hi, Grandma. I moved the flower garden over a couple, so just when you log on later, it's not in the same place that it was before. I had to trying to cultivate some. Anyway, you'll see when you get in there."
Oh, thanks. Now, does she call you Junior and bug the snot out of you, or does she call you Reese?
Well, if he likes her, then probably calls
All right,
them Reese.
Reese.
Yeah.
All right, Reese, sweetie.
I did forget to say that I'm playing the Monstrous playbook. I don't think I pointed that out.
I'm playing the Divine. Obviously, I'm the ghost of Leonard's mom and Reese's grandmother. So, but yeah. So then she's like, maybe we'll make some butterscotch scones later too. Is there stuff in the pantry?
No, we haven't been shopping in a few days. Just been eating McDonald's in every stop.
Ugh, that stuff will kill you. It killed your father, Leonard.
Yes, well, we are heading towards a job. We can't afford to fit in all that food. We need to fit in the other, more useful supplies. So, once we finish the job, we will go grocery shopping and get all the fresh produce you want.
Maybe someday I'll have my wings and we can just go there. And she kind of frumps down in the seat and just starts watching out the road.
Mother, would you please put on your seatbelt?
I'm already dead.
Yes.
Those things will keep you in here. And when this house on wheels starts on fire, I'll be trapped.
You know I have warded it against fire. After that, what's something that breathes fire and isn't just a dragon? After those imps tried to get in that one time.
All right. Your father's car never had seatbelts. She puts the seatbelt on.
Yes, well, that's because seatbelts didn't exist back then, Mother.
The 60s.
But as you so expertly deduced, yes, there is something going on. the moon's all weird, and there have been a string of murders in Nashville, and something does not seem right about all of it. So here we are, coming to the city of rock and roll.
She mutters and sputters about Nashville. Not a country music fan.
So, as if in defiance of Evelyn's taste in music, the radio sputters to life with friends in low places. You make your way down 65. The trees lining either side of the highway leaning over you with these short, undulating Tennessee hills like heads of broccoli.
Sorry, Tennessee or Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Because I heard Tennessee like tennis balls.
Yes. The trees are like tennis balls. They're Tennessee in that way, ball-like and back and forth. And so you approach. You have a few locations for where some of the murders took place. They're dotted a little bit around kind of the southern lip of the city. I'll just have you pick one at random because it's not going to really matter. So you just go to the closest one, pulling over to that site. The sound of your tires crunching over chalky gravel as you pull into a roundabout outside of a cemetery. You see yellow strands of police tape cordoning off the area. The crime scene itself doesn't seem to be close, like a hot monitored place at the moment. It probably happened a day or two ago. But there are still some officers milling about, investigating the scenes. What do you do?
Should I go take a look around and see what I see?
Just make sure you put your human face on first.
I don't really want to talk to them. I'm thinking maybe like a squirrel or something. Just gonna run around, see if I can pick up on anything. If you want to talk to the officers, leave that to you guys. And just like steps out of the RV and like mid-step out of the RV morphs down into a tiny black squirrel with still like very dark fur, maintains the golden eyes.
Fantastic. Excellent. So what do you do in this situation? Or is there a role? I'm assuming there's no role for that, but
there's no role for that. I can just do that.
Now once you've become the squirrel demon, what do you want to do?
So what I was thinking, once they get down to this form, we'll sort of run around the area that's been cordoned off by the police and sort of look for whatever has been like marked as evidence, any signs of like what has happened in this area, see if we pick up any scents or anything. There is a move called Investigate a Mystery.
Investigate. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and roll that for me.
And I get +1 when I'm in my animal form.
Fantastic.
So
fantastic.
I will do that. Boop. That is a 10. Oh, I like those
That's
graphics.
A very cool little graphic, yeah. Awesome. So, yes, you quickly make your way around. The trees are a little sparse around the cemetery itself, as far as like where some of the police seem to be. But you are able to like kind of also kind of hop between tombstones and get on top to get a little bit of a vantage point. As you that's you actually asked me 3 questions, don't you?
2. Yeah, I get 2
Or
hold.
two. Okay, sorry. I I don't know. I started like resolving. I'm like, I don't know. How
That's okay. Just tell me everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most basic one would be what happened here.
Okay. In the other question, I'll see if I need to answer one before I answer the other. Just because what happened here is.
Yeah, what happened here? I think I'm looking to see. I guess it would be what sort of creature is it? If there is a creature involved, what might be the cause?
Okay. Okay. So this. Okay. As you begin to kind of jump around, you see some of the little markers, kind of sticking out of the grass. These little yellow plastic markers, numbered for different pieces of evidence that have been discovered at the scene. And those kind of guide your eyes where you investigate and look around. And in each of these places, there seems to be freshly unearthed dirt. Not much, just little mounds here and there. Not like a full grave or anything like that. But in each of these spots, you see what looks like, out of one, you see what looks like a couple of fingers sticking out. Another, you see a foot. And another, you see some segment of a leg. And as you go around taking stock of everything, it seems that something has rent maybe one, maybe more than one, but it's difficult to tell, individual into many, many pieces and has buried them around the cemetery.
Okay. Huh. Okay.
Because you're specifically asking what kind of creature. The lacerations do seem to be a little rough, but sharp. Probably a blade of some kind, but it looks a little rough to you, and lots of I forget what they call them, like not hesitation, but like there. It seems like there's a lot of the wounds didn't seem like they happened postmortem. I'll say that.
Okay.
So there's not like it's not surgical precision. There's
Yeah.
a lot of hacking. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay. So kind of scamper around, look at all that, and then I would kind of scurry back towards the camper. As I do want to stop at one of the police officers that is mulling about and try to tie their shoelaces together, and then I go the rest of the way back to the camper.
You have one more question, I think, right?
Oh no, I just had 2 questions.
Did I answer both of them?
Yeah, what sort of creature was it? Which you sort of...
Okay.
The first one was what happened here, which I took as
cool.
little things buried around.
Perfect.
So.
Okay, that works.
I feel satisfied
yes.
that my questions were answered.
Awesome. Fantastic. Let's see.
Yep.
Is there a fun role for this, or should I just let it happen?
Good act under pressure.
Yeah, we'll do an act in the... no, I'll just say it. Well...
I have no purpose for this, but yeah, I will roll.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it happens. I'm gonna say it happens. It's not interesting if it fails. So it's just fun if it does work. So
just following my drive, which is joy. So I'm gonna prank everyone I can.
Fantastic.
So scurries back over the bottom step, try to climb myself my way in as a tiny squirrel, and then morph back when I come in and say, All right. Yeah, I don't know. What? Lots of body parts, buried separately. Looked like they were kind of chopped up.
Out behind you in the window, you see one officer with taking notes, and just like just falls out of frame. That's it.
I don't know what that was. So yeah. It looked like it was a murder.
Papers fly out comically.
Definitely a murder though, not like a dead body that was cut up from one of the graves. So beats me.
Not exhumed.
May need to check out the other sites, see if it's something similar or if something different gives us some more information.
Might be. I guess unless you wanted to, I don't know if you've got any badges. Want to go talk to the officer. Now you have more information. Not it.
Just thinking because I don't have any moves, it would be like, yes, I have a fake badge or something. I guess for just future purposes, can Grandma appear human or does she always appear ghostly?
So it's going to be one of those things like in Being Human or whatever. You guys see me almost transparent, but mundanes all see me as a little old lady.
Okay.
So,
Well,
No.
what do you think, Leonard? Shall we go talk to them? We could say we're visiting your father.
Yes, that would work. All right. We'll be back soon, Reese.
Cool. I'll be here. Flips on the Nintendo Switch. Sits down.
she goes to fade through the door and then opens it instead. Gets out.
All right. You see you see a couple officers, all kind of, or detectives rather, maybe huddled around somebody who is hurriedly trying to gather up papers and photos that they've taken. They're kind of all in a group, putting them together real quick. As you kind of walk towards them.
Oh my, officer, what happened here?
Oh, just had a little bit of an accident over here. Nothing to worry about. Can I help you?
Well, we were coming to visit my husband, but did kids spray paint the graves again?
Ma'am, I wish. But I'm sorry, your husband, he's in this plot over here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm afraid you're gonna have to visit another time. There's been a happening.
Okay.
Can you elaborate, please?
I'd rather not in front of the lady. I don't want to.
Oh, believe me, she's made of sterner stuff than you would believe.
I was in the wax in the Philippines, you know, during Nam.
No way. Sorry. Yeah, he just kind of like nods for a little bit. Seems to just kind of consider his options of how to get through this in a polite way, and just says, "Oh, I mean, it's on the news anyhow." Well, I'm afraid there's been a murder here.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, the mortician that works nearby in Calm Springs. Well, they They went missing, but for not long, we found them. They're old Jamie Martin. Found them all over the place here.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, I can't make sense of it. There's been a few other murders just like this around town. Different cemeteries.
Good heavens. It seemed like they've different cemeteries. Oh, I don't even. That's more macabre than I would have expected. But
Well, it's always going to be a little macabre when you're dealing with cemeteries, but this is something else.
Is it, I mean, is it like kids or drug dealers or who's the victims? I mean, are they little old ladies?
Well, one, but just people who work at the funeral homes.
Mm. Mm.
Seems to be some kind of pattern there, but I don't know. I probably shouldn't be divulging this kind of information, but you all seem like kind folk.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you.
She looks up at Leonard.
well, we do thank you for your candor. It puts our minds at ease knowing that Nashville's best are working on this, and soon will make it safe for us to visit my dearly departed father.
We're doing everything we can.
When do you think it'll be okay for us to come back?
Well, once we've gathered all the evidence.
Okay. We'll just stop back and keep stopping back until we can get in.
I apologize for the inconvenience.
We came all the way from Louisville, and but
I've got family in Louisville. You call it Louisville? That's weird.
Our cover's blown.
I know. I have no idea. The old lady just said somewhere where it would be a drive to get here.
He lies you suspiciously.
We're originally from like Boston or something.
Yeah.
all right then. Well, maybe we'll be seeing you.
Well, if so, I hope it's under different circumstances.
Good luck catching them.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
We head back to the RV.
You rejoin your grandchild. In the
So what's
RV.
up?
Officers said the victims all have something to do with the funeral parlors around the city. And that they've all been found in bits in various cemeteries.
So, like, employed by the funeral parlors?
Employed by one of the owners. Not quite able to get that much information out, but
All right. Well, he said there were some other sites. I guess we can go look over there, see what's going on.
see if we find anything demonstrably different.
Hey, do we have a phone book in here? We can look up where the funeral homes are at.
Grandma, I've got my phone. I can do it there. It's good. I've got one on my phone. Just start Googling.
Oh, you call the operator, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The operator's name is Google.
What a funny name.
All right, so you go to a couple other sites. Some of them have been cleared out at this point, but you do find one other. Um, yeah, we'll say do one more. Who wants to do the investigate roll? Investigate a mystery.
I can because I should be good
I was
at
gonna
that.
say, all
being
you
sharp.
expert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Mm, That's a 12.
Oh my goodness. All right. So go ahead and ask me the questions.
Yep, so, I think this time I'm going to ask what is being concealed here and where did it go?
Gotcha. All right. So, as you visit these different sites, you notice that in the there've been some, in addition to kind of like this darkness that's kind of slowly shrouded the city. It's kind of has this strange twilight like to it. Not quite dark, but like it's a twilight. It's also been a bit stormy lately. It's been kind of raining, spritzing intermittently. The ground's getting a bit soggy. You investigate the sites. You see, around where all these kind of mounds are, where these different pieces have been buried. You see lots of footprints of where of the officers and the booths of how they've kind of wandered around the scene, pictures. You looking for something monstrous. Don't see any prints at all. So whatever this is not leaving prints for whatever reason. And where are they going? It's a little difficult to tell, but after you've visited all these different sites, you kind of pattern out the string of murders in the timing of them all. The most recent ones seem to happen on the outer ring of this plot, the scatter plot. And you take out like a map, like kind of trace everything, and then writing down like times of when these murders were allegedly to take place. You track it backwards and realize it's not quite sure the pattern of where that's going, but you can work your way back and see where it originated, an area where it originated, and to a small area in the southeast of Nashville. Just off the interstate, it seems.
Well, let's get trucking.
Before we head out, are either of you good with weird?
I am.
Yeah. Just wondering if
Yeah,
we...
Dad. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm weird, Dad.
Yeah. No, grandma's all about the cool.
Yeah. Just wondering if we want to try and use magic to observe another place or time, see if we can get, footage of what happened here.
Grandma will be in my TikTok. Gall.
Yeah, if Leonard Sr. does that, then suggests it, then he goes, yeah, okay, well, fine, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, get off my ass, Dad. And starts. Yeah, I'm gonna try to use magic
Okay.
to observe another time. Try
All
to
right.
see like what happened here.
Roll it.
Grandma's
I'm
ready.
assuming that's
Ready.
a roll.
Yes, it
Grandma's
is.
ready with the
It's
assist
weird.
in case.
Modifier. Well, 13.
Yikes. Okay. How do I? What's the?
So I get to
Do you-
pick an effect from the list. So
I'm really
it
excited
works
to
with.
see what the failure art is.
Yeah, yeah, me too. So on a 10 plus, the magic works without issue. I choose an effect, and my effect is observe another time or place.
Okay.
So if I had rolled
All
a
right.
mixed success, then it might have been a glitch or something.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So, what does it look like as you use this magic? What visual would you perform for how this?
Yeah, I think it's more intuitive for that because of their magical bloodline. So I think it is just a matter of like eyes start to glow, go a little more like animalistic, and then begins to sort of speak in an incantation of like a. I imagine it's some sort of like innate like Fey language or something like that that begins to speak as like incants this this ritual.
Fantastic. And as you make these otherworldly, ancient, arcane mutterings, your vision changes. It seems slightly dark, as if like darker than it is currently. It seemed like this happened like the night before, maybe a couple nights ago. You see an individual making their way through the cemetery. Khakis, pink button-up shirt, purple tie, North Face vest, or the fleece vest. You know the type.
Have you been watching our Sunday game Monster Week? Because you just described my character.
No.
Except it would be khaki cargo shorts.
Oh, yikes.
No,
Oh, yikes.
no cargo.
So, making their way through the cemetery, they have like a clipboard with them. Seems to just be taking inventory, checking things. When you notice from your vantage, shapes in the darkness all around, bubbling and writhing in the shadows. The individual makes their way across the grass unaware, but you see it coming as dozens of shadowy figures bounce and leap and dart across the dark grass. They look strange. They look animalistic, but elongated limbs, like jackals maybe, or foxes, or something. At the ends of their appendages, instead of paws, curved, blade-like shadowy praying mantises almost. They leap upon the individual. He screams as they tear him to pieces. And then soundlessly, each of them grabs a piece and then darts away into the dark.
And the way you described it is like dozens of them. Okay. The eyes sort of fade, the pupils dilate, and Reese comes back and says, well, so not just one, lots of them. Tiny sword arms. Kind of chopped them up, carried them away.
What'd they look like?
Dark, shadowy, really small, long legs.
Green glowing eyes?
Yeah. No. Yes. Green. What did I remember?
I didn't say anything about their eyes.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just shadow.
No eyes.
That's creepy.
I think I would like to trawl through my memories, so I'm gonna click to put this in chat so you can see what it can do. But basically, I can go through my memories, roll plus weird. If I succeed, I can ask 2 questions. Mixed success 1. On a miss, I can ask a question, but that means I basically had something to do with these creatures showing up some other time.
Okay.
So let me roll plus weird. Well, that's a mixed success.
Okay.
So,
So you ask
one of those 4 questions. I think I'm going to go with when I dealt with this creature, one of its kind. What did I learn?
Okay. So this is dark past. Okay, so this is
Yep.
This goes way back for you. Something about the description startles you as you think back maybe 20 years at this point, 30 maybe. You were studying abroad, just back when you thought that the college route would be yours. You were in Egypt. You had an internship with one of the dig site nearby. This is one of your first experiences with the other world. You know that they are shadow demons. The spawn of Set. Yeah. Is that sufficient? Or
I think for now,
Okay.
maybe
you can lean back on this if it makes sense later.
yeah, maybe building off of it later to know something about, maybe not how to deal with the source, but how to deal with the creatures at least.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say, yeah. You have dealt with them before. I will say that how to deal with them, you might be able to intuit how to deal with them just by their name.
Just by their what? I didn't catch that.
Their name.
You've got that look, Leonard.
Oh, the specifically shadow demons, not spawn of Set. Yeah.
That helps a little more.
I forgot I gave them 2 names. Sorry.
Yep.
You got that look. Are you
What?
remembering something?
Do you remember that time I studied abroad in Egypt?
Yep.
If these are what I'm thinking of, I ran into them there. They are shadow demons, the spawn of Set. So, just you guys
Thunder
getting
outside the van. Yeah.
that? So, like shadow, you banish it with enough light, or it at least helps in weakening them. Depends how strong these ones are.
But you say there's a lot of them, Reese? Like dozens and dozens?
Yeah, a lot of tiny ones. You said they're like spawned though. Like, is there a bigger one around somewhere?
Well, fortunately, I never ran into it, but it seems to be that, yes, something is creating them.
I think it might have something to do with the moon situation. Did that happen last time?
Did it, Keeper?
Hmm. Sure. Yes.
Okay. Yes, it is most likely involved. I mean, if you look at it that way, it does seem like there's a bit of a shadow over the moon. But that was one of my first encounters with the supernatural, so I did not get too involved in the resolution of it at that time. So,
Let's rev her up and move out.
let's head to the southeast.
Slaps the dashboard a little bit.
All right.
Patiently turns the key, shifts it into gear.
All right. So all of you pile into the RV as the engine roars back to life. You pull out, leaving the funeral home behind. Moving down towards the southeast, you you make your way through downtown for fun. You see pedal taverns with squealing pink bachelorettes, people pouring in and outside of honky tonks, even though there's a pandemic. Just kidding. And you make your way to. We'll go to break after this thing. So, you make your way down the interstate, and Leonard, you see just to the left, at the top of a small hill, something glowing at the top of the building. A strange shape in the skyline, going bright green, shifting to purple. The shape of a pyramid on top of Nashville's Adventure Science Center.
What do you say, family? Want to head to the museum?
I love the museum. I mean, yeah, sure.
I'm assuming it is to the southeast, or is it off?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's not off. You can see it from the interstate. But yeah. So excellent. So you all make your way towards the Adventure Science Center, which is strangely closed as they begin to set up a new exhibition. The Egypt exhibition. Dun dun dun.
And-
Go ahead.
As Leonard, as you said that about the museum, Grandma looks out and sees the green and purple and goes,
All right, but let's stop at that casino first.
Yes, mother.
Excellent. We are going to pull towards there. I need to restroom real quick. Do you wanna take a quick break?
Yeah, we can break.
Yeah. Cool. So we'll be back, everybody, in a short time to continue the adventure at the Adventure Science Center. So, see you soon. Welcome back, everyone, as our crew pulls up their RV into the parking lot of the closed temporarily Adventure Science Center. The sky grows darker as a pall falls over the sky. Shadows lengthen. The headlights of your RV create just two pools of light in front of you. The lights within the building seem to flicker ominously. There's something in the air. Something dark and evil. What do you do?
So, what beats these things up?
I seem to recall that using light would do the trick. So, Reese, could you grab the flashlights out from under the sink?
Yeah. Goes against the flashlights.
And the duct tape too should be right next to it. Just grab one of the 6 rolls.
Okay.
And I think as having Reese get those, I think Leonard is heading to the back of the RV and is starting to. I'm trying to figure out if it's actually like super high tech or if it's just like a padlock with a key or something that
Right.
goes back and unlocks.
It's just like a twist tie.
Yeah, the rear compartment, and is gonna check through the armory to see if we've got something that would be effective here.
All right.
No,
Roll for it.
Yeah,
me.
it is a weird roll, which I've got a +0 for.
All right. Get weird with it.
Yeah. Just trying to think if it makes any sense to have one of you guys roll it, but it is my move, so. All right.
Someone can help you, I guess. If you can think of a way. Right, there's a help move, right?
Yes.
There's not in Monster of the Week, but we on Slang 101 we have incorporated the help move from Apocalypse World.
Gotcha. I could have sworn I saw something.
I don't think there is. I think we
In the playbook, there's help out. Like if you look at the playbooks under the cool moves, there's active pressure and help out. I think what you might be thinking of is
that's right.
back in Almost True, we changed manipulate a bit.
Oh, yes, read a person is the one that there wasn't. That's
Right.
right. And we
Ah,
added
yeah.
that. Help out exists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So if
One of
someone can
you-
think of a way to help out, you may. But you have 15 seconds. Otherwise, we're just going to roll flat.
Grandma's up front.
She's like, Reese, you ever had a Fig Newton with salted caramel frosting on it? I mean, they're pretty good.
Okay, that sounds like a flat roll.
Yeah, because now Reese is tied up with that because he's never
Yeah.
tried that before and now really wants to.
all right, RNGesus, let's see what you got. Okay, mixed
Hey,
success. So you have it, but only the minimum.
Okay. So, I think you hold together a few different items. A tube with a hose on it to release propane from a tank that you can like carry by your side. You lift the tank up, and a little bit to your dismay, it feels lighter than you would like. You figure that you could get a good burst or two, but it's makes you a little bit uneasy because you remember the last time you dealt with these things, and with the numbers that Reese was talking about, it might be tough to keep up with them all.
Dang it, I knew we forgot to get something at the last rest stop. We needed more propane.
And propane accessories.
Well, got a little bit of this makeshift flamethrower. Got my magic dagger, got my juju bags, got my shotgun, and it's gonna start duct taping the flashlight onto the shotgun.
Nice.
I've got my purse.
I've got nothing.
So, as you have your weapons, your purse, and your nothing, what do you do next?
Play a cool theme song as we step out of the van in slow-mo.
All right. Is this a cool theme song? I only have 3 tracks in here. That's not a cool theme song. Is this a theme song? No, that's just all. It's all creep music. You're just gonna have to make it with your mouths.
We'll pretend that the creep music leads into rap, like some hardcore, you know. Nightmare walking, motherfucker stalking.
Jesus walks. Perfect. All right. So, who takes the lead? You can describe yourself moving towards it, and I'll interject if I need to.
Yeah, I think get out of the RV, lock it up, because we're sensible and responsible. Then head over to probably just the front doors, because it seems like it's empty. Just some flickering lights and stuff.
Yeah.
I imagine they brought the artifact that we uncovered back then here, and that's what's causing all this. So let's find a new exhibit, find whatever might be spawning the creatures, and as much as I hate to destroy ancient history, we probably need to smash it.
All right, smashing. Cool. Can we look at any of the other exhibits while we're here?
Once we take care of the shadow demon, sure, but I'd hate for you to be looking at something else and get your throat ripped out. If your mother ever returned, she would kill me.
Right. Okay, fine.
And
Bless.
Grandma keeps like side eyeing Reese, and you can tell that she's like sticking a little closer to him than Leonard, but at this point we don't know why.
See.
Maybe it's because I've got this might explode flamethrower strapped to my back.
Excellent.
Mother, would you be so kind as to phase through the door and open it from the inside?
Ah, crap.
I don't actually have that as a power, but
Yeah.
because I'm a ghost, I mean, can I do that?
I do like the idea of you just like hitting the window first, and then like you forgot how to do it for a second, and then yeah, you can pass it. That's fine.
Okay, all right.
Um,
And then phases through.
yeah, you managed to unlock the door from the inside, opening up as the beam of light from your flashlight and the end, duct taped to the end of the shotgun. It's like shines into the darkness. it seems like the only illumination inside, there's a couple of like exit signs and a couple of I think the floodlights. Is it floodlight? It's not floodlights.
Emergency lights?
Yeah, emergency lights. Thank you. That they are seeming flicker somewhat, but you can still kind of see around. But as you look into the first floor, you see the kiosks in front of you where people get their tickets in. Just ahead, you see Destination Exploration, a place for the littlest scientists to play and explore, ages 0 to 5. That's right in front of you. To the left, there's, or you also see Physics of Flight, Imagination Playground, the Moonwalk, and EVA, place to your right, where there's a large area with harnesses and bungee cords where children can pretend they're walking on the moon. And you see stairs. You see stairs. It had to be that kind of lead up. There's multiple stories in this place, but above you, like kind of the ceilings, you can see it kind of go up. To your left, you actually see a very large, what looks like a McDonald's play place, but it goes up several stories. But yeah.
I'm gonna go inspect the moonwalk, just make sure there's nothing over there. Just
Probably a good idea. Let's go.
You make your way over to the moonwalk. To your left is Space Chase, and ahead it's like planetarium where people can look into the universe and beyond. But the spacewalk is just to your right. You see a panel against the wall where probably some 16-year-old normally handles the controls for the kids in the harnesses. And there's like 2 empty harnesses that are kind of like lying limply in the middle of the floor.
just like plays around with the controls for a bit to see if they're on, realizes that they don't know how to work it. Sighs. Never mind.
Any shadow demons over there?
Serious lack of shadow demons in this quadrant. Maybe we should check the planetarium. That's always dark.
Well, we should clear each floor before we move on, though. Gotta hope they can't just spawn in the shadows behind us.
Reese whips around to the planet. Beautiful.
As you from like, it almost looks like there's a shape that is like outside of the light. You should look behind you.
You might actually not be too far off on that, Leonard.
As the the double doors to the planetarium seem to.
You know, me and your grandfather once got really high and watched Pink Floyd in one of these places.
Now it's not the time for these stories, Mother.
Sorry, I just the grandmother, but she's like talking about like the early 90s or like 80s. Like, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. Sorry, go ahead.
I guess start creeping over towards the doors of the planetarium.
And hacha!
Grandma throws the doors open.
As you throw the doors open, you see several large models of planets kind of slowly swirling overhead. You hear like the creaking as the armatures that are causing this turning going around. It's a little bit eerie and strange with no lights and no music going on as it seems it would normally have done. And as you kind of make your way into the room, the dual beams of the flashlights kind of carving arcs through. The flashlights themselves seem to flicker as shapes in the dark begin to move their way towards you. What do you do?
Mm. Is there a vestibule or whatever, like a control panel, like a raised place where the operator would control the things from here?
Yes, not quite on the opposite side of the room, but like about halfway across the wall.
Hmm.
Yes, away from the entrance, but yes.
Well, that might get us some light if we can get the controls to work.
I think I might know how to operate them. Keep the shadows off me, and Leonard's gonna start running over to the controls.
Okay, you start. There's a move for this, right? Like act under pressure, maybe? Does that sound
Yeah,
appropriate? As you begin to run through the planetarium, these shapes begin to move towards you.
And this might, I guess, the flavor of this move might bit more with once I actually get to the controls. I've read about this sort of thing, which allows me to roll sharp instead of cool when you act under
Nice.
pressure.
Nice. So what right now we're rolling just to get there without getting
Yeah.
that stuff. So
Probably thinking to some action movies or SWAT manuals and stuff.
yeah.
Like, I know how to do this. Well, that's a failure.
Okay. So I'll offer this to you. If you want to burn all your burn all your fuel and lose the flamethrower, I'll let you get through this without. Actually, how does this work? It's just a hard move. What was this? What's a partial success for act under pressure? What does it say?
Let me get to.
Actually, no. If you had rolled a 7, then it would make sense to get through without getting harmed by losing your flamethrower. But as this, I think I just gotta.
Yeah, on a miss, things go to hell.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna take you a little bit closer to hell then. As you kind of run through, you feel sharp pains kind of lance through you as you feel cuts across your calves, shoulder blades, and biceps. Not incredibly deep cuts, but painful as you take 3 harm.
3 harm? Okay. Oof.
Judging by the eyes, that's like a little too much. Is that right?
That's like 357 damage.
Okay. It's
you
a lot of
only
knives.
have 7
Yeah.
ticks.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
That's fine.
knives you're getting slashed with.
Yeah.
I stand by it, but yeah. That's
could potentially there is a move for protect someone.
Okay.
And I think one of the effects is to reduce harm. Could Reese interpose themselves and attempt to protect?
How would you like to do that?
I think coming into the room, seeing these things swarm, kind of gauging everything. Reese smiles and then transforms into a like a tiger.
Okay.
But again, like black coat.
Sure.
And seeing them like lunging at his dad, kind of leaps into the fray and tries to pull them off of him.
All right, go for it. Give me that roll.
God damn it, Reese!
Okay, and that is plus tough. Okay. That is a 12.
Nice.
So when you prevent harm to another character, roll plus tough. On a 10, let's see. I get to choose.
On any success, you protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get.
Yeah.
And then,
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose my extra effect to hold the enemy back.
So you hold the enemy back, and
And I take some of the harm, so I guess it's up to you is how much of the harm that I take
okay.
that was directed towards Leonard.
Because you are a much bigger target, I'll say you take 2.
Okay. I do get to reduce that by 1 with my immortal move, but
cool. So you claw out at them. Are your attacks magical or anything? Or?
no.
No. Okay.
No.
So you just like kind of bat away at these creatures. They seem to sort of only be half corporal. You feel slight resistance as you pass through them, but it's like batting through water almost.
Okay.
They kind of like come apart and then rematerialize and are a little bit caught off guard just by the suddenness of your arrival. But they seem to kind of like swarm around and like skid around. You hear little scritching noises as their little bladed appendages make their way across the concrete of this part of the room. Excellent. So, Leonard, you make your way behind the control panel. Evelyn, was there something you wanted to do real quick while this is happening?
When Reese jutted forward to save his dad, that Grandma was like, "God damn it, Reese!" And then she like starts like old lady running towards him, and she like flings open her bag and just like blah, beam of light comes out.
Okay.
She's got her purse open like longwise, and because it is magic, and so she's gonna try to wave them back with her magic.
I'm imagining just like the Iron Man chest beam.
Exactly, but it's square and long, like from the purse. So,
all right, awesome. What roll is that? Is that a roll?
I think it's kick ass.
Kick ass. That's
or
right.
magic. If you have a magic weapon, you just kick ass with it, right? You don't have to roll magic. Okay.
Yeah, kick ass.
All right. Kick ass is tough. Ooh, Grandma's got a 2 toughness. Grandma's great. I love Grandma. All right. Push the dice and go. Partial.
All right. Excellent. So, cost. All right. So, you flash out this beam, knocking several of the shadow creatures away. They seem to bat away. They like it's almost actually a little bit disconcerting. They don't scream when you hit them. They just kind of like seem to dissipate a little bit and take longer to come back together. But they kind of silently, other than the sound of their blades on the concrete or on the plastic of the back of these chairs, or that's the only noise that you hear.
It does 2 harm, or 3 harm, and it's magic.
Okay, awesome. So, you trade harm, right? Is that how it works on this?
If for attacking or for
on a partial success.
On any.
On any.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you deal 3 harm. Like the ones that you hit, they just disappear from existence. Then.
Okay.
For sure. But as you're focused on keeping them off Leonard and Reese, you feel the pain as a few get behind you and start cutting into you for 3 harm.
Okay. And as their little dark claws rip into my semi-corporeal flesh, light kind of streams out because I'm a ghost.
Okay.
And
Cool.
that's how they pull back from me because I'm like now I'm
Perfect.
I'm bleeding light.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. So yeah, the ones that attack you, their blades have trouble coming back together, and they seem to kind of struggle to keep their balance, and they kind of scuttle around trying to figure out what to do next. Excellent. Leonard, you have an opening at the control panel.
I would like to turn on the display to full power.
All right. Go ahead and did you have a roll for that? I heard you say it earlier, but I forgot it.
Yeah, so I've got the thing that lets me roll plus sharp instead of plus cool, but I've read about this sort of thing, so maybe once I just happened to read about how to run a planetarium display.
Okay, sure thing. So, yeah, maybe this is what you used to do to earn money in high school or something like that, while your mother was smoking with your father, watching Pink Floyd. So, yeah, you used to run the planetarium for Pink Floyd when you were a teenager.
Okay, so let me roll that again. Hopefully it's better this time. That's a 12.
All right. So you expertly look over the console and you see the on button. You hit it with all your might, and it turns everything on. There are not many controls on this.
I fast
thing.
forward to the brightest part of the display.
Yeah, just kind of like turn the dial all the way up, and light blindingly fills the room, and without a sound, just I made a sound. They didn't. All the creatures disappear around you, and nothing can be heard except for the like the attract from the wall. So they're
Told
playing
you.
money. They're playing money.
Just said, told you.
Actually, now I wish that was the song that was playing when you were walking into the Adventure Science Center, just like doom 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 doom. Great.
The director's cut of this episode.
Yeah,
has
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post.
Are they gone?
Seems like it. I do believe this room will be a safe place to fall back to if we need to.
And Reese did say that as a tiger still. So just put.
Meow.
He still talks like a human when they're still in their animal form. It's creepy.
Are you both okay? I mean, we all took some looks in there.
Oh. And she walks over and basically from any sappy movie that's had an angel in it ever, does the lay on hands thing and tries to heal you. Of course, Reese first. Oh. All right, roll plus cool
You're the coolest grandma.
and tough. Cool and tough. And partial. Okay, what happens in a partial? On a 7 to 9, you heal the harm or illness, but you take it into yourself. On a miss, your aura causes them extra harm.
So
Okay.
Reese gets healed, but you take that harm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 2. You
Just
take.
one.
I only had
Interesting.
one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, one. Yeah.
All right. So I take another harm, and so yeah, you see the form of Grandma spill out more light.
Grandma,
and it
you
doesn't
good?
say-
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
It's all right,
Uh,
son. I've got this. Mother, please hold still, because there is just the first aid move, which I think is a non-roll, if
Yeah.
I remember correctly. So Leonard is
Okay.
going to take one of his 2 duct tape rolls that he brought out of the RV and just start taping over the leaks
light.
in Grandma.
The spillage of light is now dampened by duct tape.
So I believe
perfect.
that just reduces it by 1.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. And then I'll be like,
since we're doing it,
And then she'll lay on hands on Leonard because you're hurt too, right?
Just one.
Oh, just one. Well, then she'll take the duct tape from you and do the same to you. She pulls a babushka out of her bag and wraps it around it and then duct tapes it in place.
Okay, how much more
So-
duct tape is there?
Hey, there's 6 rolls in the RV. We brought a whole
Infinite
roll
duct
with
tape.
us.
Oh no.
I think
no.
the general rule is
fashion a
each
new-
hunter can do first aid once.
Okay,
Once
fashion a new
per,
flamethrower with the duct tape.
Yeah, it's like once per injury. So if something
cool.
hit you really hard, then you can
Cool.
reduce that after.
Yeah. I don't mind. I'm just kidding. Cool.
Reese does.
So,
Oh no, you do your thing, and then I'll.
nope. No, go for it. You had a thing.
So, magic. It didn't really. The swatting didn't really work all that well.
Well, I've got my magic dagger, or I've got some of the juju bags.
Yeah. Try something real quick. It sort of concentrates, and I want to try to use magic again. One of the effects of use magic is to imbue a weapon with +1 harm and the magic tag.
Nice.
And Reese has natural weapons. Their teeth count as weapons. So
Okay.
I want to try to imbue my teeth with magic.
Okay. All right, go for it. Because if this goes wrong,
If it goes wrong, then yeah, it'll be fun. So the
just like
same
a rat that doesn't gnaw on anything. Just... Anyway, sorry, never mind.
same thing as before. Eyes glow a bit, tapping into that natural magical energy. Not the best. It's a 7. So I have to pick a glitch. So the effect is going to be the same, +1 harm and plus magic to the weapon. And then I think for the glitch, I could cheese this, and I don't want to do that. I'll do the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention.
Okay.
And when you cast the spell, Grandma's bag starts shaking. It's like fights with it a little bit. Hold it back.
All right. The music of Pink Floyd continues to be loud and raucous. Outside the planetarium, a shape watches and slinks back into the darkness. Unknown. That's just things happening.
So, should be better now. My end. Good. Now, bite these things. All right. First floor down. Good to keep going.
Let's not spend too long in case the mortal authorities come to see what all the ruckus is.
Cool. Let's check out some more exhibits.
All right. So you all make your way back into the kind of central area towards the staircase. You see, making your way upstairs, you see a sign actually, a coming soon Egypt exhibit with some brand new signs leading to the second floor. As you go, you see different signs. You see nature's forces, where you can touch a tornado, start a tsunami, and see earthquakes in action. You also see body quest, venture through the body's systems. Don't miss the colon slide. And that's a real thing, people. And
Are you just reading off of the website for the for this?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. Use your resources, man. Use your
I know.
resources.
And also, you see the Adventure Tower. Scale 6 levels of interactive science fun to reach a breathtaking of Nashville's skyline at the top. That's a typo in that sentence, but it's there. Scale 6 levels of interactive science fun to reach a breathtaking of nice feel skyline at the top. Yeah. All right. And then the exhibit, or the Egypt exhibit.
Boy, I bet you the keeper's happy right now. I don't have my wings.
And we could go on the
Let's
colon
go.
slide once. Okay.
That's gross, Reeves. Really. But okay, when we're done.
If we need to make a quick escape, because remember, the RV is warded, so if they start to swarm us, fall back.
All right. Colon slide escape. Gotcha.
I know. That, I already said like that's how the session has to end. You know, getting out of the exploding building, sliding through the colon.
Gun the window out so we can fall down.
Ema gets her wings.
So, anyway, if you made it this long in the video, I'm not going to bury the lead. That's what's going to happen. So
Stick around.
stick around. All right. So
That cop's colon.
right. All right. So you see in front of the adventure tower, you see the Egypt exhibit. You see a few different models of the pyramids and kind of bisected to see what was inside them. You see some kind of a few different trinkets and glass displays. But at the center of it all, you see a statue of a man with the head of a falcon. His hand outstretched, seemingly holding something. But his hand is empty. And as you're kind of observing this with your flashlights, which begin flickering once again, in one of the clear plastic tubes of the adventure tower, a shape moves through. A long shape.
I'm assuming the adventure tower is the thing you described as the McDonald's play place before.
Mm-hmm.
Did they start a conga line, or is there a bigger one?
I think they might have stolen what the statue was holding, Reese. You want to go play in the play place and get it back?
Yep, got it. Goes running off.
Wait a minute.
Kind of skids to a halt.
Let's read the thing, see what we're looking for, because you can get up there and, never find it.
Fine.
So, we look at the plaques, trying to figure out what he was supposed to be holding.
On the plaque, you see that this is the god Horus. Is anyone? I guess Leonard, with your experience, you would know this. That, especially having dealt with the spawn of Set, you know that Set and Horus had a bitter rivalry with each other. And this is real. Horus stole Set's balls, and Set stole Horus's eye, which was where I think, if I remember right, it's where the light of the world came from. So I'll look about it back out. But yeah. Yes. It's kind of like that. It's similar to the Eye of Ra in that way.
Eye of Ra. Ra was the sun god, right, Leonard?
Yes, Ra was the sun god. So we may be looking for some kind of sun symbol, or I mean, I would imagine there's a staff of some sort, but it might have the sun on it.
Okay, cool. Right. I fetch.
Go fetch.
Cool. And I think as saying that, like, transforms into like a wolf instead, and goes like bounding off towards the playset.
Okay. You leap inside as there's a rattling of plastic balls as you go into the pit and they fling all around.
Not without me.
He goes as fast as she can.
Both of you are too tall, but you can make it. You're technically too tall. But that's okay, because adults can fit in there. I have checked. So, all right. So, as you leap into the ball pit, you feel something go by your ankles.
There's something in here.
Imagining a shadow fin moving through the balls.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna have. What is this? No, you're not actually. What do you do as you feel this thing run by your calves? This, as the like kind of balls kind of like shift.
I just bite at it. Try to grab it.
Okay. All right. Acting under pressure. Is that what it's
Or
called?
would it be kick some ass? I'm actually like
I would
attacking it.
I'm trying to think. I don't actually have a view on it. I think because I think I'm still gonna stick with this as active under pressure, because this is more about your reflexes
Okay.
going quickly, and you don't really have a view on it.
Okay.
We can probably deal damage if it's successful, but
7.
7. Okay, so what's the normal partial for a?
7-9.
Yeah, for act under pressure, I think it's
Keeper's going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I'm gonna say you latch onto this thing,
Mm-hmm.
or you can let go if you want to, based on what's gonna happen next. As you latch onto it, it starts to move. It just immediately starts moving quickly. As the rest of you see this shape spring out of the ball pit, a massive serpentine coiling shape leaping up, going into one of the tubes up ahead, and it just moves shockingly fast for its size. You can hold on and get dragged with it. It's going to hurt, getting bashed around. But I mean, you're gonna get bashed around like it's mainly plastic and like foam covered metal, so it's not gonna like shred you to pieces, but you know it's gonna hurt a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
Probably take it. I'll hang on.
Okay, all right. It's just gonna be 1 harm.
Oh, cool. So I reduced that to 0.
Okay, cool. But it starts like kind of dragging you through. You probably maybe with your claws trying to like keep it from, well, like keep from pulling you. But right now you're just getting pulled through the play pace as it's like kind of goes up slides and around really fast. I'm going to have it take a little bit of harm from you.
Okay. My
So
harm.
What's your normal harm?
Right now it's 5.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess never mind. I will describe this differently then. Like So as it's like pulling you, and each time you hit something, like your teeth slide further down it, like opening up further and further, and it like lashes out and like some springs and keeps pulling you out, and it ends up doing itself more damage trying to knock you off than 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 I anticipate. So that's a crazy amount of damage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My base is 3. I took +1 as an option, and then I got +1 from the magic that we
Okay.
cast earlier. So yeah, 5 total.
All right. So I'm gonna give the other two a chance to act as you see kind of this shadowy blood spraying against the plastic tubes as it goes through.
The little clear ball is suddenly
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reese, I'm supposed to protect you.
I'll just start scrambling old granny shoes and and skirt and babushka and all, trying to make my way through the adventure tower.
Perfect. So what are you trying to do here? Like what I'm trying to see if this is a roll yet.
Catch up with them, basically.
Okay. Is there a thing that makes sense for that? Is that act under pressure as well?
Could be. I mean, I'm a granny ghost trying to do parkour.
Okay. I'm gonna do act under pressure because what this is gonna be is like, I'm gonna say you can, depending on how well you roll, you can like kind of go in and out of your corporal form and just kind of swing around, like go through certain barriers to try to catch up
Nice.
faster because your speed isn't that high, but you happen to be very maneuverable, being able to pass through physical spaces. So go ahead and roll me that.
And that's cool. What is act under pressure?
That's a
Okay.
cool move.
Cool grandma. Chow.
All right, Ninja Grandma with an 11. Yeah, so you can make your way through, and this thing is like 6 floors up, so you do have to like use a little bit of your physicality to make your way up, but like you can like pass through barriers quickly as you kind of like leap up, push yourself off, and like make your way hop, skipping, and jumping up towards where you see like the shape of this dark serpent like troll up, and you figure out how to cut it off in the pass. So you manage to angle yourself in a position right in front of it as you see the head of this creature. It kind of where its eyes are, there's like a burning blackness as it like kind of smoky wisp coming off of it as it spirals towards you, black fangs showing inside. Before we resolve anything that happens there, Leonard, what do you do as you're seeing Granny run after this?
Does it seem like it's just the snake, or am I starting to notice some of the smaller things maybe emerging from the shadows?
Yeah, go ahead. There's a thing. Is it read a sitch? No,
Yeah, read a bad situation.
Read a bad situation. Okay.
Which roll is that?
Sharp.
That is sharp. Cool. I am good at that. Okay. Roll. That's an 11.
Y'all are rolling gangbusters.
Yeah.
So
yeah, on a 10 plus hold 3, so I get to ask. I guess I'll go with, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
yes.
Okay.
I'll give you a better answer than that.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure there are people who run this game who do like just a yes or no answer to that question.
That'd be so shitty. Yeah. You do see some shapes beginning to bubble in the corners of the room. But there's another shape in the darkness. A an enormous one that at first you didn't know. Like it's standing so still that while everything else has been moving around, it's standing so still you didn't really notice it at first. But there's a large shape, about 10 feet tall, strange outline, sort of. I don't know how to describe this very well. Yeah, I'm just stick with it being a large shape for now, just because it's a little difficult for me in a second. What are the other two questions?
That's what I'm deciding. I think I'm gonna ask, what's the best way to protect the victims? Which I guess in this case is, us. What's the best way to keep the family safe?
Fire and light are working pretty well so far, and magic teeth.
Mm-hmm. And then I guess, what's most vulnerable to me?
Oh, probably the respect of your child. I'm sorry. Yeah, the little creatures, for sure. The little creatures with your flamethrower.
Okay. Okay, I don't know if I can then still do something on this turn, but basically I am going to turn the flamethrower and try and do, a sweep of as many little things as I can before focusing on the big thing.
Cool. That's a kick-ass move, right?
Yeah, gonna kick some ass.
Cool.
Come on. Okay, mixed success.
All right. So, the flamethrower does it belches fire out, like with a hot blue-red flame. You just passing it over, melting a lot of the plays as you pass over it. It just kind of wilts in front of you. These creatures, just as they're beginning to come out after you, some of them do manage to carve into you, but you keep spinning around, burning them all. Some of the ones that get you in the shoulder, kind of take out the flashlight of your shotgun, jam it at it, and dissipate its form. And though you suffer 3 harm for it, you do manage to take away all of the creatures that you can see, other than the big inn. Cool. So, Evelyn, these snapping, shadowy jaws lunge at you. What do you do?
I'll say something along the lines of,
Reese, you're part of the prophecy. So,
and then wing the bag open, and let the Tony Stark beam blast this thing in the face as it's headed for me.
All right, kick ass, Grammy.
All right.
All right, cool. Is it a trade harm for this on a 10 plus, or is it just it's always a trade harm?
Yeah, but there are
You
some
can-
options to reduce harm.
Or give more damage to them. Is that the way it
Yeah.
works in this? Can't remember.
Yeah.
All right, so you tell me what you want to do.
I will let them have it, because it's in Evelyn's opinion, it's got her baby's baby, her grandson, who needs to be protected.
Excellent.
She was
All
sent
right.
back for it.
All right, so you hold out your hands with the bag of light, and as you do, this creature's jaws snap out over your arms. This light, you see it beginning to swell within these filament cracks beginning to appear all throughout this serpent's body, and it bursts apart. Your arms, kind of where light normally pours out, there's instead a dripping darkness. You take 4 harm.
Okay.
And you feel something begin to course through you.
Oh, that's bad. Okay.
But the serpent is destroyed.
Okay, I crossed the line in the middle. That's okay though, right?
Yeah, you just have to mark unstable.
Okay.
What does that mean?
It means your injuries will continue to get worse over time unless you're stabilized.
Oh, and this doesn't look good.
And as the serpent body explodes, Reese, in your jaws, as it kind of snaps shut as the serpent's body disappears, they clamp down on something hard and cylindrical as Evelyn, you have a better view of it. There is a bronze staff in the jaws of Reese.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's got the stick?
Just a little bit, and then gets control of himself, spits on the ground, turns back to their human form. Well, that went pretty well.
Yeah.
Whoa, Grandma, you look bad.
Yeah, I might be in trouble.
And let me see if I can lay on hands myself. Sometimes you can't.
Grandma, not here.
What do you think we were doing at Pink Floyd?
Oh boy.
Oh, can do it on myself. Okay. Whew.
What happens if you roll a partial success when you lay on hands to yourself?
Oh no! Oh no! I failed.
Oh.
Help me, help me, Reese. No.
Reese, I might need some help here.
Can Grandma die again?
Wait.
Oh
So-
no! Even with help, I can't. It's a failure.
No, that'd be it. Yeah.
So, failure for lay on hands. I
take-
assume.
2 more harm.
Oh boy. You place your hands over the wounds, and a dark poison starts to bubble out, and your hands begin burning and slowly melting.
Reese,
I don't have any. Dad.
Tape.
Down here, starting up the grill. What's wrong?
Grandma's dying again.
Mother, could
Oh.
you not?
Forgot about holy armor. I get to take one of those back. But I'm still unstable.
Yeah.
We know, Grandma. No.
I might not have much time, Reese. Let's go help your dad.
Yeah, you might have something for that, whatever that is. Okay, let's go, Grandma. Start
Colon
ushering.
slide. Is it time for the colon slide? Is that where we're at?
I don't
Not
think we're.
quite yet.
I don't
Oh,
think we're
not-
doing
not
that
quite.
yet, Grandma.
All
Not quite yet, Grandma. Jeez.
Okay, all right.
Hey, let's go.
We'll get you your prunes later.
Mm-hmm. Fig Newtons with caramel frosting. They're in the RV.
What? Oh my god. That sounds devastating. Jeez. Yeah. I guess that's what a Pop-Tart is, really.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Okay. Sorry. So you like you. So, the two of you make your way down. It's actually a little bit difficult, because a lot of the bottom structure has been melted into a twisted mess. However, uh, um, you're able to claw through like one of like the mesh nets, and just 10 feet below, there's a ball pit that you can drop down safely into, which has like a trampoline underneath it. So, um, you safely drop down to the ball pit and crawl out to see just a lot of things on fire. Also, it smells like, well, melted plastic, which is horrendous. Um, and it's you see Leonard standing amidst burning wreckage. What do you do?
What happened?
Lots of little shadows, one big one, dead ahead.
Are we gonna have to pay for this?
Not if we get out of here quickly enough.
Okay, big shadow.
So you point to the place where the big shadow was, and there is nothing there.
Was there a moment ago.
Well, there was this snake.
This was a different one. This was while you were chasing the snake.
Show him the stick thing.
Oh, yeah, right.
You got it? Alright, let's put it back on the statue and hope that fixes everything.
Okay, well, if I put it there, and what if somebody just takes it back again later on? Like, should we glue it or something?
I can use some of my duct tape.
Duct tape. Yeah.
Or should we just, like, break it? Or, okay. Statue, you're the expert.
I mean, I'm wondering if maybe... I'm trying to think if there's a role that would help us figure out what to do here.
Investigate a mystery?
Maybe.
Sure. I'll take it.
So yeah, I guess if they are trying to ask me what do we do, sure, let's do a sharp roll. That's an 11.
All right.
So 2 questions to ask.
Sure.
Or would read a bad situation be better? Do that again?
I mean, you can you whichever questions you want answered, you can go with.
Yeah.
Yeah, because with investigative mystery, like, what can it do? I know it usually refers to monsters, but I mean,
Yeah.
asking that about the staff specifically,
Yeah,
or what was it
that's
going to
true.
do?
Yeah. So I guess, yeah, if we investigate a mystery and ask what can it do in terms of, is sticking the staff back on the statue gonna make things better, or
Judging from your knowledge of Egyptian mythology, when Set stole the eye of Horus, he attempted to bring darkness to the world by taking away the power of the son of the god of light. And you imagine that maybe returning Horus his eye might return light to the world.
okay. Then maybe for my second question, ask where did it go of the big shadow?
It went into the sequel. Yes, it went into the sequel because it is don't feel like it makes sense to do this anymore. That like it's a sphinx. I'm like, I don't want to switch this. I don't want to end on a riddle. Like the riddle would have worked earlier, and then it doesn't make sense anymore. And I don't want to have you have to fight a sphinx because you're gonna
Sure.
die. So,
So yeah, we just,
what in my head, it saw you coming back with a staff, and it's like, oh shit, and then ran.
that works.
Head cannon.
All right, so gonna take the staff, duct tape it back on, and then I think at that point we'll realize, oh, grandma's real bad.
Yeah, and as you duct tape it back on, a column of light expands from the statue and blasts through the ceiling of the Adventure Science Center, through the pyramid, the fake pyramid that's on the top of it, shooting a lance of light straight up into the sky towards the moon, parting away this shroud that had been covering up everything, bathing the world below in a silvery light once again. And then you hear a countdown as the self-destruct of the Adventure Science Center is activated by the destruction of the ceiling.
Dad, it's not a countdown. That's just the security alarm. We need to go.
But there's only one way to get out in time.
Quick to the colon slide.
Make your way out.
Gonna pick grandma up in one arm, get the shotgun ready in the other.
So as you go down, sure, there's still some shadow creatures. You're blasting them like as you go down the colon. There's like like shining as you like a colonoscopy. You go down, clearing out everything, and blast out the end, which doesn't go back in the building for some reason. Goes outside into a lake.
We're still installing it.
Into a lake where there are several floating children with, I mean, they got floaties, they're fine. It's not that dark, but like you can launch into the outdoor pool as the Adventure Science Center explodes. It's not a great design, sending streaming, smoking rubble into the sky.
As we walk soggily out of the pond, our theme song begins again.
Yes, the planetarium is still intact, playing the next track on Pink Floyd, which I don't know what it is actually. Do you know off the top of your head?
Money.
I don't.
Comes after money.
Out of the moon. Track list.
I mean, the last time I listened to The Wall, I really was high. So
It goes to Us and Them, which is a nice, kind of slowish song, so
Cool.
a good end
Perfect.
credits song.
Perfect. But as you make your way back to the RV, soaking wet, Grandma, you take another 2 harm. I don't know if you can take that. I'm just saying.
and as that, I mean, technically because of my armor, that wouldn't get me. But I think if we're ending, I think it's a good end for Grandma to like start fading out and be like, well, maybe this time. And then just as she fades out, you see she gets her wings as she takes off.
As Leonard,
Please, you're in a prophecy. Stay safe,
Right.
Leonard. You watch him.
Prophecy.
I'll be...
Right. You see you at Thanksgiving, Grandma.
as you get your wings floating to heaven, you see Leonard Skinner, your husband, waiting for you, with arms wide open, Scott Stapp. I don't know. Anyway,
Free bird starts. It's
Free birds,
horrible.
everything. As the 2 of you make out in the clouds.
Oh boy.
Got a pipe, and we're
just so much-
going at it.
Just like laying on hands once again. So we're gonna leave it at that. Thank you all so much for joining us for this week's Monster Motley Crew. Motley Crew. Well, I got fans in the brain.
We are in Nashville.
Yeah. And you know what? There's all sorts of fun shows here all the time. just check out the site, gdk.smvi.co. Yes, still got it. And join our Discord, hang out. We play lots of games, we talk about lots of games, and we will see you all next time. Good game and good night, Internet.
Good night.
Internet.